All right, time to do pick six and end this fiasco. Sponsored by Davidson's Liquor. Make your own six-pack.
Fiasco.
Let's
that was
get.
funny.
Let's get. Oh, he's great. I love him.
He was the only one knowing that by moving his computer around, that he looked like he was on a ship.
All right, pick six brought to you by Davidson's Liquors.
Two-minute warning.
2-minute
Right on
warning.
time.
Okay, today's topic, with the brackets all getting filled out, the 6 best tournament performances in NCAA history. It could be throughout the whole tournament or a one-game performance. You're up first.
You know, it's kind of interesting because I think I came up with the question, and I just thought for the Final Four. So, yeah, throughout the tournament, I wish I could have been able to put Pete Maravich in there. But he never played in the NCAA tournament. Boy, wouldn't that have been fun if he did. I would have liked that. Ernie D. He's not on my list, but Ernie D. Gregorio. Oh, I misspelled Carmelo, and you misspelled it on purpose.
Kamiko Anthony.
Well,
Is that Carmelo's
I was
brother?
in the middle of Around the Horn, and Josh is writing me, and I'm trying to do the show and do that. That's really, throw me under the bus. Throw me to the curb. This is Carmelo Anthony. I was trying to write. I had those. I was taking care of 8
People
kids.
make mistakes. We
and
know who you
people
mean.
Yeah, Carmelo Anthony went for 33 points, had 10 rebounds. He only played 1 year, Syracuse, but they won the national championship, and he had a great performance.
You know his nickname, by the way? Mecco.
Yes,
Mecco.
Yeah. And there are actually religions in the country that turn and point toward Carmelo. Mecco. Christian Leitner. I'm sure I misspelled his name too. Hey, way to go, Josh. Yeah, I'll get even with you. Christian Leitner had back-to-back games. Oh, we're going through this quickly. He had back-to-back. You're talking about, he had the quarterfinal against Penn was incredible. He made 2 free throws to win that game, and then in the final, he had a great performance. Michael Jordan did not have one of the greatest all-time performances, but he had the biggest shot I've ever seen. And all these are Final Fours I went to because I've been to like 25. Michael Jordan, after North Carolina steals the pass by Georgetown, Michael Jordan hits the jumper to win the game. That's a big shot. There was a guy from Kentucky, God, that's terrible, who's become a coach in the NFL or in the NBA. He hit a baseline jumper, Kentucky. I'll get it while you're doing your stuff. Number 3, Danny Manning. That was this is Larry Brown's making his first appearances since the 80s. I think it was 87.
Yeah, because this was 1988, Danny Manning.
Larry Brown's last appearance in the NCAA tournament, he won a championship. That's a long time between NCAA tournaments, don't you think? Because then he came back to the NBA. So,
No, that wasn't for you. Go ahead.
Well, I turn like everybody else. I turn and look at car wrecks, and you're a car wreck. So what I was saying, Danny Manning had a triple-double in the final and played great in that whole tournament. It was a one-man team that won the championship with Larry Brown. Magic Johnson against in the semifinals and the finals. He played Larry Bird in the finals. He had a triple-double that was incredible, like 33 points, 17 rebounds, 14 assists. That was in the semifinal. And then he came back and had 3 fouls. Do you remember that game against Larry Bird? He played
against Larry Bird, yeah.
He
I thought you were
played
talking
with
about
3
the semi.
fouls. So he had the triple-double before that.
Yeah.
Still scored 23 points and led everybody in scoring. Magic Johnson. Number 1, this was my first one in St. Louis at the arena. Bill Walton played against Memphis State. I covered this in 1972. I think it was 72 or 73. You can't lose sight of it. He goes like 22 of 24 from the field, and just most dominating.
I know exactly what it was because he's on my list. 21 of 22.
It was the most dominating
against
performance.
Memphis.
Yes, it was Memphis State then. I was young. Well, I wasn't young. I was in my 20s, and that was my first Final Four, and I thought, man. Will I see these all the time? No, there hadn't been one like that since.
All right, those are Woody's pick sixes. Brought to you by Davidson's Liquor. You can make your own six-pack from a wide selection of craft beers. Stock up for St. Patrick's Day by shopping online with free delivery at davidsonsdenver.com. Experience the Davidsons difference. All right, my 6 greatest tournament performances. Number 6, David Thompson. David was incredible.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, this was, I got the year here, 1974. UCLA had won 7 straight tournament titles. David Thompson knocked them out. They couldn't win
Monty
8.
Talon, who was the 7?
Burleson. Yeah. David Thompson in the game against UCLA, 28 points and 10 rebounds. A guard with 10 rebounds.
Is that the tournament that he fell on his head? And we thought it was
I don't remember.
Yep.
All right, in the 1989, I'm going with a coach here. 1989, Steve Fisher coaching Michigan. Yeah. If you remember, Bill Frieder was their coach. Was fired because he had already accepted the job at ASU for the next season. Steve Fisher takes over right before the tournament. They win 6 straight. So amidst the turmoil, Steve Fisher takes Michigan to an NCAA title. Number 4.
I wish I had known the rules. I would have put the priest.
The rules are whatever you want them to be.
I would have put the priest in from Georgetown the year they won the championship because they always had a priest at the end of the bench.
Danny Manning. Yeah. Danny Manning and the Miracles. I mean, a one-man band, really. You couldn't name... Could you name one other guy from that team?
No.
No? Okay.
Larry Brown.
Number 3, Jack Givens of Kentucky, who went 18 for 27 in a final. 41 points.
Keith Smart was the guy I was trying to think of.
He hit a shot for Indiana to win it.
Yeah, that's us. Givens hit a shot.
That was 1978. Was it Givens you were talking about?
Well, no, I think I was combining Keith Smart and Jack Givens, that they both had great shots at the end of a game.
So they beat Duke. He had 41 points and 8 rebounds in the final. Number 2, Bill Walton, 21 of 22. And I remember exactly where I was that day.
Well, you were a kid.
I was at my fraternity house at the University of Illinois watching with all the other guys and going, oh, my God, he's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I'm sitting there just...
Never seen anything like it.
If you're not old enough to remember, you need to find the tape of that. That was incredible.
And my number 1...
They weren't all dunks.
No.
It was...
and he dominated the boards, too.
Yeah.
My number 1 is Elvin Hayes. 1968.
I don't even have.
Well, listen to this. This is unbelievable.
Okay.
In the tournament, in 5 games, he averaged 33 points and 20 rebounds a game. Averaged. They lost in the semis, and they lost the consolation game, and he wasn't even picked for the all-tournament team. But nobody had a tournament like Elvin Hayes, at least from a statistical standpoint. Nobody. Not even close. Averaged 33 points and 20 rebounds.
Hell, Les. He didn't win a championship. He didn't even get to the championship game.
That's your pick 6 from Davidson's Liquors.
Boy, that's like getting those and getting one really bad beer at the end.
It could be individual performances. There's never been an individual performance like that in a tournament.
You just made up rules as you went along.
That's what we do. We make up the rules as we go.
You can't.
In fact,
pick.
You know what I'm ruling right now?
Didn't play in the
I'm ruling that the show is over.
The
That's what I'm ruling.
The consolation game was the worst. Remember that NFL game where the teams that would lose and go play in a consolation game?
The Super Bowl.
Don't talk to me about
the AFC and NFC championship.
He was a great player, but I don't know how you can say, "Oh, that's a tournament."
Best tournament ever.
Because I'm thinking when it comes up, I didn't even have him in consideration, and you.